scoreboard now. As you saw yesterday on their T side, they raced away. I think it was 11-4 at halftime on T side. They were exceptional on that. And so far, the season has looked to very much favor the T side. Of course, this is a map that Devil Walk doesn't like. Bears big scars for him. In the 3 matches he's played on it, he's lost them all. One of them 16-0 to Very Games. And he's never forgiven it.
Never forgotten. Seems like Dignitas is this time taking control of a mid with 2 players, AC and Dupree, kind of keeping it smoked off, blocking the entrance for the terrorists, and you get a lot of information from this.
Hazy's going to see information now. It's Neo! And he will pick himself up the kill. Device will return the favor, and there's Dupree avenging the death of Neo, as now Zipnix is out for the count, courtesy of Bialy. Grenade will bounce down right in front of Dupree and drop him down to 47 points of health as those VP players begin to make their way over towards A. And Dignitas this time not too far behind them, as Dupree is the man who will potentially see action next. Waiting to see if someone does come from behind, and they do. It's going to be Pasha who's there, and Pasha is lurking, and Dupree is about to strike from behind. He was waiting on that rotation, Dupree is waiting for all 3 of them to come in, and now they will sandwich as they move down right behind. Hello, 1 frag, 2 frag, and the last man standing is Bialy. Does get the bomb down, but has 3 very, very angry Danes who are going to try and stop him. As he moves in, he won't get past the first hurdle. It's Device who claims that kill, and that'll be his second. He and Dupree with 5 between them, and Dignitas tie us back up.
Yeah, I like the way they took control of the mid. They lost an entry on AC, but Dupree survived for such a long time, he actually know that the terrorists are going for A. And the rotation came in from behind, 1 pushed underground, clear that, and they knew it was short, push to A. So, really well played from Dignitas, and big props to Dupree for surviving that long in mid.
2-2. And the game toils back.
Seem to be heading in the same direction as last time.
Neo will get the first frag as he goes in for the second. Great work from the veteran as he claims Fetish and Zipnix. Now they will go looking for more. Still AZ's on the prowl as they take fire in the middle area, but it's not going to happen for them this time. A lot of damage done though to Pasha and Neo. Both between them have lost 50-ish health, and it's next frag though to Virtus.pro once more. AZ's the man who'll go down, and VP are 5 on 2 here, but there's a lot of damage done. Device, full health, both of them with nades. Dupree waiting for anyone coming over in search of that B site, and it is Taz who will come that way, and Taz who will get picked off.
We could actually pick up the bomb there.
Oh, Bialy picks up Dupree right as Dupree was trying to make an exit. The smoke was the giveaway that he was going to try and move, and Bialy just jumped in front of it to get himself the action. That leaves just Device now, 1 on 4. Bomb planted. Device is deciding to keep himself well and truly out of harm's way. And this will be 3-2 Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and Neo, amazing round. Getting 2 entries, just running around, shooting some headshots. And, you know, I think Virtus knew that Dignitas kind of tried to take the control of mid. So made more of an aggressive push towards B, and it worked out for Neo this time.
How do you, how do you plan and strategize against playing a team like Virtus.pro, who, no matter the best laid plans, can just be undone by a player like Neo, who can just flick of a button decide that you're going to lose that round?
It's really hard. They have such an aggressive style, and they're so good being aggressive as well. So you kind of have to slow them down in some way, throw some smokes, kind of block them, and kind of get them into your tempo. Otherwise, it can spiral really quickly.
2-3 to VP. And now Taz will be the one to see action first on this eco round from Dignitas. They do have Device with the AK, though, which he saved from the last round. And Virtus.pro have to be a little bit careful here, having lost 2 kills, but also on Snacks and Pasha having lost a whole lot of health. Fetish is the man who will go prowling over on that A site, as Zipnix will see incoming on B. Smokes in. The poles to follow. As Zipnix waits quietly, gets himself a great headshot onto Snacks there, and it'll be Pasha to try and take him down. Neo crouches, finishes him off, and follows up onto Device as well. That leaves just Fetish 1-on-2, but Fetish has only got 21 points of health that he's going to need to dispatch of. He's making a move all the way over from the A site, though, now coming through the connector as he tries to make his way over towards that site. It's very, very doable for Fetish. As he goes in, gets the first, Pasha down, and Neo can be finished with just a lick as he'll move in towards that site. Spies the bomb. Neo's going to try and make himself as invisible as he can until he gets the window of opportunity and strikes from above. VP pick themselves up their 4th round. It is 4-2, but that, for all its excitement, was a Dignitas eco.
Yeah, very, very good eco. Zipnix kind of waited in the corner. They pushed for the mid in the beginning, and they kind of mashed them into this angle where they pushed from A, they pushed from mid, through nades, and got a lot of damage in. And it could have spiraled to Dignitas even more there, but good. They settled up and went for a site together, and did a good job by savoring that moment or that round for themselves.
dupreeh will enjoy frags like that, sets up the crosshair and just waits for someone to come on top of it, and he will happily push the button as Dignitas get themselves frag number 1. dupreeh looking for a second. And there you'll see Neo returning the favor. AZ down. Remember, AZ hit a beautiful ace yesterday. And now dupreeh follows up with frag number 2. Snacks down. And dupreeh's fired 2 shots and got 2 kills thus far. As he has become a real thorn in their side. Elsewhere, though, dupreeh will fire a 3rd shot and get a 3rd frag. Seem to be witnessing a pattern here. dupreeh does all the work for Dignitas in this round, and everyone else is falling like flies. Fetish and his Famas is dupreeh's only a compliment, and we'll follow him now with that Famas as he goes through. Great hit from Fetish. It's Neo that goes down. He'll quickly retreat out of there before Taz can avenge. Taz does have the bomb, but now he's in a real world of trouble here as he sits between A and B, moving over towards that B site where dupreeh will be waiting for him. And sorry, it's Fetish that's waiting for him over there. He moves in. Fetish spies him, does lose his head for it as well, and Taz loses 40 points of health, but the bomb's going in, and dupreeh will make his move quickly across. Switched over towards that AK, and this is a one-on-one for the round, as it was last time out. Taz, one of the oldest brains in the game versus dupreeh, one of the hottest shots right now, but it's the brains over Brawn as Taz picks up the round, and Virtus.pro go 5-2 up.
Yeah, and the rotation is so hard on this map. Virtus.pro kind of gets the duel they want. Now, dupreeh had an amazing hold on A. Got 3 frags, and he was basically on lone, and the rotations kind of got melted down by Virtus's hold, passive hold. And that's maybe why dupreeh got as many kills as he got.
No money on that VP side. If they lose this, they'll be forced on a save, despite having now won 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's...
We'll see action coming in now. Snacks gets himself the frag onto Fetish as he'll push in. And this, a game like a few others, is every round, eco or not, is hotly contested. Finally, VP look like they might get a clean round on the board. As dupreeh pushes in and loses his head. So this should be 6-2, and this will be Virtus.pro looking...
very good.
Very good, but there have been so many rounds in this, we're still in search, by the way, of Devilwalk's catchphrase, but to borrow from Lurpus's catchphrase, CS a game of very small margins. Yep. All of these rounds have had, whoa, look at this, Device has done
it's kind of been the thing that Virtus had yesterday as well. They kind of start off with that very close rounds. They always got the one-on-one clutch, or that little extra to bring them the round. And but eventually during the day they kind of lost that momentum, and LDLC tried to fight back.
I mean, it's 6-2, but the score could be anything else.
Yeah,
there have been so few clean rounds. But after 8 rounds, Dignitas will certainly feel perhaps a little hard done by to be 4 rounds down. But those are the cards we are dealt.
They're still going for this 2-1-2 with 2B, 1 in mid, and 2 on A. Kind of feel like they should maybe try and push B a little, get the information. Because Virtus is basically controlling the whole map right now, and yeah, Dignitas is... This I like. pushing the push from Device underground. See if he can do something with it.
On board with Dupree, who lies in wait. AZ's been down to 10 points of health in the little action that we've had in this round. Big one from Dignitas. You feel they have to get on the board this round, but having lost 4 in a row, money system starting to kick in. Worst thing they could do would be to win one and then not be able to back that up with a few rounds in a row.
The terrorists seem to be rotating towards B.
Auto Director has us on Dupree as the action goes the other way as AZ does get finished off. Snacks comes in, gets himself the kill onto Xyp9x. Did a whole world of damage elsewhere though as Snacks and Bjarly now both go down. Device and Fetish will help themselves to those kills. Fetish lined up on anyone ready to make their move across there. And there will be the move. The flash perfectly timed to allow him across. And the bomb will now be put down by Taz. And you'll see a 3-on-2 afterplant coming around the corner. Oh, no scope in the face. Neo down. And Dignitas looking to claim this round now as Device goes in and downs Pasha. They'll move in on the defuse. And let's see, do we get a replay of that brutal assault? As just see coming around the corner. These are the margins. Neo a second too late as he gets punched by an AWP.
Wow. Fetish's no scope in the face.
In the face.
Very surprised Virtus actually lost that round because Pasha got an entry on A and kind of tried to sell a push while the Virtus players went towards B, and they had a man advantage going into B, but it didn't seem to work out as... Yeah, it looked like it would work out, but they got the kills, and Fetish with the no scope in the face kind of helped out. And
AZ's going to see action here with that FAMAS as the Virtus.pro players try to make it through the smoke. Somehow Pasha survives, and not only does that, he gets himself the kill onto AZ. VP a man to the good. Still, Fetish lives with his AWP though, and be aware of that. He was on hot form yesterday. Bjarly gets himself the frag on Dupree. Xyp9x goes down, and VP have picked up frags very, very quickly here. And that leaves just Fetish and his AWP. And the situation we talked about of having lost 4 in a row and starting to get a bit of a kicker, winning one and then losing the subsequent round was not in Dignitas' plans. As they will go down to 7-3. 5 to go in this half after this. And
seems like Virtus is executing their strats a lot better towards A than B. I think Dignitas won 2 retakes on B already, which is a really hard side to retake, but Virtus has been coming cleanly into A, except for that round with the AWP from Dupree.
They chased out that AWP, and it might have cost them 1, but it was a big, big claim there because they know that there will be very little resistance this round now from Dignitas, as they have got ACZ in their midst, but that's it. No nades. And this must be a Virtus.pro round, and well, Dignitas is such a strong defensive side. It seems a really weird thing to say, actually, that they're just that much stronger regardless of the map on the defensive side. And VP thus far, according to the scoreboard, have been able to mow down that defense. Doesn't quite tell the full story.
Still a very terrorist-sided map, so if Dignitas can get up to 5, they should be reasonably happy. And as I said before, this map is really, really hard to get information on as CT to make the rotations. And that's why terrorists can kind of go to the side without CTs knowing him beforehand. And the rotation is so long from A to B that they kind of have no backup until the plant is planted.
Device playing a little game of cat and mouse here with Bjarly. In the end, it's the man with the AK-47 who wins, and that will be 8-3. As VP jump ahead now into a 5-round lead. We have just 4 full rounds left in this first half. 5 is the magic number for you if Dignitas get there. Yeah.
As we saw yesterday, Virtus.pro getting up to 11. Even, like, they won the pistol round yesterday, but they lost to an eco afterwards. And they still got 11 rounds as T. So it's a very T-favored map, and yeah, I just hope Dignitas can pick up a round or 2.
Snacks gets himself the frag onto Dupree there, and they're going to follow this one up with another. AZ down. What a start for VP on a bye round for Dignitas. Only 3 FAMASes stand between them now, and it'll be Zipnix who leads the charge across. Snacks down to... Oh, here we go. Fetish is going to be chased out, and perhaps had he not been firing against 2 Virtus.pro players, he may have got that kill. In fact, it was 3. Zipnix now going to go looking for more. Gets picked off by Pasha, who puts a bullet between the eyes, and that leaves just Device once again, and Dignitas finding themselves beginning to sink without trace here, as it'll go to 9-3 now, and they find the real momentum against them.
Yeah, as we saw on that push, they pushed towards B, 3 players, met Fetish, but as Fetish dies, the plant is already done, and the 2 players on A couldn't even rotate like even a meter on the map before it happened, so that's why it's really hard on this map.
Virtus.pro lead by 6. Remember, guys, if you register to FACEIT today, you can win a whole host of Logitech goodies, so sign up at FACEIT.com. Got a lot more coming your way. This is the winner bracket final, remember. Got the loser bracket match to come, with the loser of this game going up against Titan. And here we go, action from the CZ of Zipnix. Quickly returned by Snacks and Pasha. Snacks helps himself to a second, and Virtus.pro find themselves with 3 players on 3, 13, and 16 health between them. There's actually more health on that Dignitas side, but they're 2 on 4, as AZ will go in here. What part will that have to play? AZ and that CZ, oh, should be a poet. I didn't know it. As he makes his way in towards the side, and it'll now be all on AZ to go up against those 4 guns. But small window of opportunity for AZ, who seems to have made the transition into this Dignitas lineup like a glove, and picked himself up an ace yesterday on Inferno.
Yeah, and he can't really do much from this position. Snacks is the one taking the duel, and he's got the HP, and the rest is just hiding. Except for Pasha, he wanted the kill.
You feel that those Virtus.pro players, like, I feel like Taz is like saying, guys, don't lose your weapon, just sit back, take it calm. And the other 4, when it gets in a situation like that, they just ignore it. Yeah. And they're just like, I want the kill. 10-3.
At this moment, Virtus don't really need to care about the weapons either. They have so much money, they can buy that Ferrari and even repaint it.
This isn't Grand Theft Auto. It's Fetish who will have the AWP once again. Zipnix and his M4 combined to dispatch of Neo. And now we have Virtus.pro a man down, but Dignitas fully stocked of weapons as well. Bjarli took a look at AZ. Decided he didn't like the cut of his jib and finished him off. As Snacks will go through. Bomb has been downed, and it'll be Snacks to stop the hopping Dupree as he tries to make his way in towards that site. Dignitas will not fancy this in a 2-on-3 afterplant on that B site, and will skedaddle out of there. This will be 11-3, and whilst you must keep that T bias in mind, VP will be feeling pretty indestructible at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they could pick up a pistol round afterwards, that's really, really big. I mean, they could spiral into the same numbers they did yesterday against LDLC.
Plenty of money on that VP side, despite having lost all their lives and weapons. Dignitas having to buy for one another. And in the end, AZ lead that charge. But Dignitas pick themselves back up off the ground, as they must do. Fetish dispatched of, the AWP downed. And Virtus.pro in the last round of this half will move in. Neo gets himself the frag onto Zipnix, and it will be a 2-frag advantage already. And what could have been a glimmer of hope for Dignitas at the end of this first half is going to end potentially in a disparaging whimper.
And they don't seem to find any information. They're really spread out, Dignitas. They don't know what's going on, and they can just, yeah, they just have to guess at this moment.
AZ gets himself a kill onto Neo, and has picked up that AWP. And then you see Dupree showing himself. Gets himself the first. Can't quite get the second, but does a lot of damage to Taz in the process. AZ has just 1 point of health, but with an AWP can dispatch of Taz. We're onto a 2-on-2. There's the follow-up. Device down, and now it's 1 point of health versus Pasha and Snacks. As AZ will have to deliver quite the hat-trick as he makes his way in towards that A site, waiting on the movement. They know exactly where he is. And they have 27 seconds to either put the bomb down or find him. The bomb is on that A site. AZ does get a second frag. And the third. Hello! AZ with the hat-trick. He doesn't need any more than that 1 point of health. He, in fact, got all 4 frags that round. And AZ cannot be stopped as he once again shows what he brings to this side. And Dignitas get themselves that one at the end. It's 11-4 Virtus.pro at the end of that first half.
That was really important. That basically makes Dignitas not lose if they lose the pistol. They have another chance after that, if that would happen. So really, really important round from AC.
There you go. Straight into the action as Device charges in, grabs himself a headshot onto Snacks. As this T side just mowing in towards that top site. Neo with the headshot onto Zipnix. Takes some damage but quickly escapes with just 7 points of health. None anymore. AZ gets himself 2 more and AZ is looking to make a real name for himself here today. Fetish is going to go up against Pasha on the other side and will win as Pasha crouches on the headshot position. And a great pistol round from Dignitas. They really just charged.
That. Yeah, but they really need that as well. I think Device actually got him through the smoke. He just ran and kind of hugged him and then shot him in the face. So it's really weird.
So don't take a hug from Device.
No, it's dangerous. Danish hugs.
Is that one of the things that the Swedes know inherently? Don't hug a Danish man?
Not really, but as we've seen, Device has those kind of hugs that kills you.
As we saw on the first half, the VP side lost a pistol round in the first half and were able to turn it around, but now have the struggle of being on the defense. As Dupree jumps around the corner, picks himself up a frag onto Bialy, and draws out the grenade of Dupree once again, and Taz will escape, knowing that there's trouble afoot. Pasha has got himself a kill onto Device, and suddenly AZ down to 2% of health. Well, we've seen what he can do with 1 point of health. Who knows what he might be able to do with 2. There's Snacks charges in. Zipnix out for the count. Dignitas with a whopping 9-2 and 24 points of health on their 3 players. And the maths man inside me says that equals 35. As you join us here on Sesame Street, FACEIT edition.
This is a really dangerous position for Dignitas. They won the pistol, they want to pick up these couple of rounds, but I mean, one shot into each guy and they're basically dead. And Pasha and Neo even have an AK and a Galileo for themselves. So
it's Pasha that'll see the action. There's the first. And can he follow it up? No. Quickly he scares off that other Dignitas man. They have 11 points of health to find from 3 players, but they lose Pasha to AZ. AZ doesn't need health, ladies and gentlemen. We know this. Again, with 2 points of health, he gets himself a kill. But it's Fetish who will finish off the job.
No, they actually had no time to plant.
We were talking too much and didn't see the timer. And VP do their job. AZ saved out the weapon at least, as did Fetish.
But this is a really bad position for Dignitas, because they got no money for the 2 players there. So they're kind of forced again. And this basically means they have another like equal-ish round, and it's not looking good. They have no money and just a couple of pistols and AK and a Galil.
VP get up to the magic number 12. They have 3 FAMASes, an AK and an M4, and AZ just continues where he left off. AZ's on fire today, but that fire's been put out momentarily. Bialy and Pasha claim the frags. Zipnix and Device with their CZs have 2 more, and Device now ready to put the bomb down on A, as the 3 will take on the 2 as they toss weapons around, and Dignitas now armed and dangerous. Do VP fancy this? You better believe that someone like Neo does, as he will nade down the back and force all the way down to 22 points of health. Mr. Dupree. Snacks is in the thick of things as well. Tries to bait out anyone he can find. It's a headshot onto Zipnix, and now we're 2 versus 2, but the smoke playing a big role. Neo gets the frag, but Device is the last man standing. He's going to try and stop the defuse, but the man is on top of it, and here comes Device once more. Headshot says goodnight to Snacks, and that should be the round for Dignitas, as Device will pick up the headshot as well onto Neo, but Dignitas, by the slimmest of margins, do claim their 6th round.
A really fast A push with the amount of low nades and everything. They pushed on the ground. They were ready on pushing from short, and once AC got that entry, they just kind of mowed into the side and overwhelmed VP on the A side.
And once again, just like in the first half, we trade early rounds.
And Dignitas is going for a slow A push with all 5 members actually.
A little bit of a sighter there from the VP man who escaped, but Easy will push in. And it'll be Snacks who does get himself that kill onto AZ. And in they come to a VP firing squad. They've got 2 frags here, Virtus.pro, and some damage onto Device. But the B site is under Dignitas' possession. As Fetish gets himself the kill onto Neo. And Dupree will think about putting the bomb down. Reinforcements coming for VP now as they rattle off a few shots. That was from Snacks. But Pash is going to go down on the other side. Dupree gets himself the frag as well. And now we're 2 versus 3 in favor of Dignitas, who will push in. And when the window of opportunity was there for VP to swarm the A site, they waited to see if there were other people coming in, and in the end couldn't do it. But who cares? Taz, double headshot, is now on course to potentially win the round for VP with just that P250. Unbelievable play from Taz. A hat-trick of headshots with a P250, and then a defuse. Great play from Taz.
That round seemed to go Dignitas' way. They almost had all 5 members in the A side. But Snacks got the kill on 1 and kind of survived and got Dignitas in a very awkward position where they didn't want to check Snacks' angle. They needed to push him, and they couldn't really because they were smoked off, and that allowed Virtus.pro members to get in the rotate and eventually Taz with a fantastic free headshot round there on the retake.
And Taz, I mean, we saw it yesterday. He's on really some of the best form of his career at the moment. And he'll push in now and will again trade these early rounds. VP, though, can afford to trade rounds. If this happens, they're going to set up for a... If this continues, they're only 3 rounds away from victory. So, cracking stuff. Snacks gets himself 1. Virtus.pro helping themselves to this round as their weapon advantage should play well. The bomb was planted, though, for Dignitas, so somewhat mission accomplished for them. And Dupree has 2 kills and says, actually, my mission might not be over. But Neo has other ideas about it, and Virtus.pro will get themselves round number 14, and now Dignitas are entering the last chance saloon.
Yeah, but it was really important they got that plant. Maybe they can set up an off play and try to challenge mid earlier. Seems they're going for 5 AKs, so let's see what they're going for, but I would like for them to actually push towards A. They've been trying B a lot, and the Virtus seem very good on the retakes there.
Virtus.pro threw their trump card out by taking us to season. Devilwalk didn't fancy them. But the veteran Poles have so far had other ideas. As that nade will be almost immaculately timed. Dupree gets himself 1. Fetish and Dupree help themselves to 2 more, and that will leave just Snacks and Neo left alive as Dignitas will charge in towards that A site. Haven't actually moved the bomb in there just yet, but they will do momentarily. And Virtus.pro have already decided that this isn't a round they want to contest, as they will move over to those VP players. It's Neo and Snacks. Snacks just making himself as oblivious as he can. Neo, the only one who'll see action, and does want to make this expensive for Dignitas if he can. They don't want to surrender that AWP, which will see action coming his way now. And Snacks deciding if he engages, he'll give his position away. So he'll happily let him walk by and think that spawn is free.
Very small play by Snacks. Very valuable AWP, so why not? $300 for the AWP.
Yeah. And Virtus.pro still just 2 rounds away. But Dignitas didn't barely use a single nade to get into that side as well. Was almost as clean a round as they could ask for.
Yeah, it was very good entries. They kind of just pushed it fast with a split, and got caught off guard, and they kind of fell into that domino effect, which is very common in Counter-Strike. When they get the frag, the rotation is starting, and you know, that just brings opportunities for the T side, and they took advantage of it.
Brief pause here as Neo's sound has gone out, but look at the scoreboard there. Neo, 21 frags. It's Pasha behind him with 19, and then Snacks 18. And actually, Taz, who came up with those 3, with that head, I'll try speaking English again. Taz, who came up with that hat-trick of headshots, actually trailing behind on the scoreboard. Over on the Dignitas side, it's Device who has done the damage. Xyp9x, the split between Device and Xyp9x is 21-7, as Dignitas trail by 7 rounds here in the FACEIT Spring League CSGO Winner Bracket Final, Map 1. And join us on FACEIT.com, where today, if you register, you can win some Logitech goodies. What perfect timing. And we'll see how that pans out. Your thoughts, Devilwalk, on this game thus far? Have VP impressed you?
Very much so. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that VP actually knew this map as well as they seem to do. Playing the T side and the CT sides really well, and especially the T sides, where they've basically dominated all the games we've seen. So, yeah, I'm impressed.
We move on to Dust 2 next, a map that Dignitas chose and look very, very strong on, but Dust 2, a map that VP aren't too shabby on themselves.
No, VP like to play very aggressive rushes, throw a lot of early nades, and shake the CT defense up early as the T. So they're very unpredictable with nades just running through you. And yeah, I think VP is one of the better teams on Dust 2.
And then from a decider perspective, if we need to go there, it will be Mirage, which I think would be a perfect decider for this. Both sides really strong on Mirage, and will be a great way to finish off this game. Remember, the loser of this will play again straight away afterwards, and we've got, following that, a little surprise package for you, followed by the grand final. So don't go anywhere, but we will take you to some ads.